Welcome, one and all, from wherever you are in the globe, to MPJ, the new rock album review show, where we shall prevail. Because today we are reviewing I Prevail and their new album, Violent Nature. Welcome to my panel. We reviewed the album, rated about a 5, see if it gets into a Hall of Fame, maybe into our Album of the Year show. William, an I Prevail fan or not?
I sure am. So I've been listening to I Prevail since they released their cover of Blank Space on YouTube many years ago, which is the first song they ever recorded, and I've been a big fan ever since. I was a bit wary going into this one because the original lead singer, clean vocalist, left the band earlier this year, so I was a bit wary of what they could do, because the singer left as the guy who did all the screaming and the growling before. But I think this is a really incredible album. The vocalist, he's got such a wide range of vocals he can do. The cleans really well, screams really well. He can make some beautiful noises, like at the end of God. Oh god, the sounds he makes at the end of that song are utterly spectacular. This is a fantastic album, just through and through for me. It's got such a wide variety of themes in it, a great variety of sounds. You go from songs like Violent Nature, which are very full on, to more like emotional ones like Crimson and Clover. Very different vibes, but very meaningful lyrics. Oh, this is absolutely spectacular, and would actively encourage everyone to listen to it at all times possible.
Now, poor old Pete's been suffering all night with a bit of a Violent Nature. Pete, hanging in there, my friend. What about I Prevail? Did you hang in there for this one?
Well, I know I Prevail. I don't like them because simply of the fact that they're not hard enough. I feel like they're the kind of metalcore you would listen to, nice, you would appreciate maybe.
Well, you'll find out, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You're going to find out that, actually.
So, like, listening to I Prevail in the past, I always felt like this is a sort of gateway band when you're not into metal yet, but you're on that journey to getting into metal. This is the kind of band that would get you there. But I don't need that because I'm not 16 anymore. I've been listening to metal for 20 years now, so this is not my type of band. But then my lovely co-worker Dennis, who's singer in the metal bands, told me, like, no, you got to give this album a listen. They got it a lot harder. You'll like this. So I was like, oh, all right. And I gave it a listen. And Dennis fucking lied to me. Like, they didn't get harder at all. They're still the same I Prevail. So yeah, that's really my issue with the band. Like, when you play metal, play metal. Don't do this half-ass kind of thing. Just like fucking throw your shoulder in it, get some ooze, and get some fucking double blast beats. I don't know. Listen to Lorna Shore and kind of try to do that.
Oh, harsh, Trish.
This album was sweet music to my ears. Violent Nature is a metalcore new metal album I like listening to, with its mix of rock with electronic arrangements, clear vocals, screamo, all wrapped in a tasty morsel on this album. The vocals are both clear and harsh, bringing a balance. Standout tracks for me were NWO and the title track Violent Nature. I love the heaviness of the album with some great melodic riffs. Before I knew it, while listening, the album had finished, so engrossed was I listening to it. I had to go and press play straight away again. This is a great solid addition to their catalogue, appealing to fans of this melt-your-face metalcore.
Ooh. So, Lauren, did this melt your face?
Oh, it did so much, Nigel. And where do I begin? I freaking loved it. So I Prevail, it's one of those bands where, again, they've been floating in and out of my ether of the stuff I listen to. And then when this came on, having listened to other albums this month, when this came on, I saw the front cover, big old red letters, Violent Nature with barbed wire and all that sort of thing. And I thought, oh, okay, here we go. I'm in for more of the same. never have I been so glad to be so wrong. This for me was just something else. Like, I came into this thinking, especially for our end of the year stuff, I was like, I know where I'm sat at. It's all good. Surely nothing can come out now that will throw a spanner in the works. And then, hello, I Prevail. You come along and do this. Top 3 tracks from me from the album were like Synthetic Soul, Annihilate Me, Into Hell, that sort of thing. NWO, New World Order. Oh! Stankface was out in full, true force. For me, this was truly sensational. Like, the levels, the production, the storytelling, which was accented by the scream element. It was balanced really well, just like, oh my god. And one of the things that I really loved is I had it really highlighted to me the other day, whilst we were away in Germany, about how much music connects people and stuff. And I told Trish about this, I believe, when I came into the office. It was literally a case of, so we've all been working at Eschenspiel, and as I'm fighting through the halls to get back to my stand to carry on doing bits and bobs, I'm like, okay, cool, right, if I stick my headphones on, people just tend to move out the way. So I've got it on, I'm pounding along to NWO, going, right, cool, I'm going to get to my stand, it's all good. And I get caught up in this jam of people, and as I'm waiting, I get a little tap on my shoulder. I'm checking through the album, but the album cover is massive on my phone, and you can see it. And I get a little tap on my shoulder. And this great whacking German dude is stood behind me, and he starts talking a little bit of German. I'm like, oh, I'm really sorry, I'm English. At which point he turns around, he's like, oh, I Prevail. Good album, yeah? Really good. And I was like, oh my god, it's so good. And we had like this little thing where we were chatting about music. Naturally, I then brought up YouTube and showed him our show. If you're watching, my guy, nice to see you again. But yeah, it was just one of those things where we were then talking about like, oh, what have you liked so far and all that sort of thing. And it was the fact that we were both, from our conversation, we both took away separate things from it that we really liked. So he really liked the harder songs and all that sort of stuff. Whereas I was like, oh, I love the fact that it's got this really cool balance for me. It sort of has moments where you go, oh, okay, cool. I can sit and relax. I don't have to do much. It's good. I can just listen and enjoy. And then it just punches you in the face and goes, you're going to listen to this song now. You're going to do what you're told. But yeah, I could talk about this album for hours. It is just superb. I absolutely loved it. Much like Pete with Lorna Shore, if I could give it more than what we were allowed, I would. But alas, I am restricted.
Now, somebody who's not restricted, and we would never restrict, and that is our wonderful Simon. Simon, what do you think?
I think there's a wonderful story about a journey. Thank you, Lauren.
Well, it involved a big strapping German man. I mean, I didn't want to go any deeper than that. But leave it to your imagination, eh?
Cheers, Nige. Yeah, I don't want to harp on about this. Like, a lot of people said a lot of stuff about this album. It's really good. It is fun. It's enjoyable. I think for me, the only catch is that I've been listening to a lot of albums this month. There's been loads of new releases, like Evil Scarecrow and so forth. So I felt like if it hadn't been such a cluttered month, I'd have probably enjoyed this even more than I have. But it's really good, and I did enjoy it. It's good stuff. Didn't like The World on Fire for me, but yeah, it's I Prevail. I like I Prevail, and this is still more good stuff. I was worried about the changing musician and stuff like that, but no, it's a good album. It's pretty decent.
So this show is MPJ, Musical People and Journeys, and I love the fact that we all have different views of how we hear music. And Pete has gone from one point to reach the middle, and I have gone from the total opposite point to reach into the middle. And I go, fuck the screamo, just stick with the brilliant rock and clean vocals like Synthetic Soul, which was just like an amazing track, and actually made a cool playlist, which was accentuated with a little bit of metalcore, and dropped the rest of it. So no, P, it is not an album that I would listen to for a typical metalcore, because the metalcore that was in there was too much. It was too much. It was too screamo. It didn't really accentuate it, apart from things like Synthetic Soul and a couple of other odd tracks. tracks. So I'm coming from the complete opposite direction and ended up somewhere in the middle like you, because the clean vocal side of it was terrific. The musicality, everything else was just brilliant. But let's ditch the screamo because it was too much for me. Didn't enjoy that side of it, the album, in the slightest. It was just a bit too much. So I completely disagree. I disagree that, if you want to get into metal, do you listen to I Prevail? No, you would not. Not in a million years would you. It would be a stepping stone into more kind of deeper kind of metalcore, but it certainly wouldn't be a starter album. God's sake, no. I would never wish anybody that, for God's sake. You go with something like Linkin Park or something like that, that's got a bit more touch of metalcore, and then you move on to things like I Prevail with its screamo, and then you move on should you want to be festered in the dark with Lorna Shore and stuff as well. But that's my humble opinion, because it's a journey and we have different views. But we've ended up in the same place, Pete, I think you'll find. Right, okay. Go on, sorry.
We've actually experienced this before, that a band dropped points with you because they were too hard, and they dropped points with me because they were not hard enough. And then we both end up in the middle.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it won't be the last time that's going to happen, I don't think, as well. Anyway, so, will it be enough? Will it get into our Hall of Fame? Will somebody be changing their wildcard pick? Who knows? Let's go and find out, shall we? Let's start with William.
5.
5! Woohoo! Pete!
2.5.
Yay! Trish!
4.5.
Ooh, big score. Lauren!
Big old tasty 5.
Ooh, Simon!
Big old 3.5.
And I also, surprise, 2.5. I'm going to drop mine because I've got a little theme here that's going on through the show. So I'm dropping my 2.5 and not Pete's 2.5, okay, from that perspective. So, will it be enough? Yeah, certainly was. 4.1 into our Hall of Fame. Not an automatic slot, though. Oof. Will somebody be changing their pick? Ooh, you have to wait and find out. You'll have to wait and find out. Anyway, right. You I Prevail fans, do you agree with Pete? It's too much clean. Do you agree with me? There's too much metalcore, or do you agree with the people that absolutely love this and think it's the best thing since sliced bread? Will they prevail? Let us know. Comments below. Hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you so much for listening, and all the best, and keep on rocking.